Where did the inspiration come from? As you started WorldLink in Nepal, it's a tremendous success story. How did that happen? Where did that inspiration come from?
Well, you see, Ray, I did my college in the US, and in 1994, I was a junior at Bates College in Maine. And my elder brother, who is a computer engineer, he was a senior at University of Washington in Seattle. And he went about exploring Linux, and he got a simple email server set up on a Linux machine. And he told me about it. And I told him, why don't you go back to Nepal and set this up? Because it would be really nice to be able to send emails to our family and not have to spend a lot of money on phone calls, which back then was prohibitively expensive for poor students like us. He listened to the idea, but he didn't want to go back, so he didn't do anything with it. But the fact that he could set that up on a simple computer got me thinking that this is something I should go back to Nepal and do. And that's exactly what I did. So in 1995, in the summer of after my junior year, I came to Nepal with a simple, back then, like an 086 computer, and set up Linux on it and got a simple email service going.
That's an amazing story. Very inspirational for, I'm sure, lots of entrepreneurs. Uh, as you created the network, I noticed you use a lot of core technologies now, and you develop a lot of core competency, because some of the markets you serve, they are a low ARPU market. So you have to be pretty innovative. Describe some of these key core technologies you use to provide a very reliable network.
Sure, Atul, we have seen the whole spectrum, since we're talking about going all the way back from 95 to today. So earlier on, it was all dial-up. We were in the dial-up modem era, and that's how we grew. And from there, we went to fixed wireless. In fact, my first introduction to your products were when Cambium was part of Motorola, and that was in the late 1999, 2000. So I've been using the product since then. So we went from wireless, and then we went to copper, and then since 2014, we have focused almost 85-90% on fiber. So today the core technologies we use in the access are FTTH, and that's what we see as the technology that will take us into the future in our urban and peri-urban markets. When we talk about going rural, and when I say rural, I say very, very rural, then we look at the fixed broadband, because we still see that covering those markets will take us a lot of time, and it will be very CapEx intensive. So for now, we are serving those markets with fixed broadband, and that's the access technology. And in the core, we have a lot of technologies that we use from Juniper and Cisco. So it's the access technologies today are to the last mile would be fixed broadband and fiber. Of course, when we talk about the home, once the broadband reaches home, it's almost always Wi-Fi now. Nobody uses copper in their home anymore. So the importance of Wi-Fi from let's say a couple of years back today is like maybe 5x more for the home user, simply because Wi-Fi is the predominant last mile access technology for anybody today. Phones don't have a copper port. It's almost always Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi, I don't see that as even an access technology. It is like it is the irreplaceable last mile, last home technology for our customers, and so Wi-Fi has become much more important than it used to be.
That's Dileep, that's what I find very magical in terms of what you guys have created. You've used Wi-Fi, which is in some ways not the most deterministic technology,
Yeah.
but you've used Wi-Fi to create a very deterministic network with fantastic quality and So that's what I find very, very surprising and very just very unique about your network. So what are some of the things you guys did to make this network so deterministic?
Well, you see, now let's talk, when you talk about wireless, let's talk about Wi-Fi that we are doing for public, and Wi-Fi that we're doing to serve the masses that are on the streets, in dense urban areas of Nepal and most South Asian countries. Uh, we still feel that 4G or 5G don't meet the needs for this population. We have embarked on putting in lots and lots of access points all over the cities in Nepal. And today we have around 14,000 access points sitting on streets and in cafes and shops near the street side, so that people can use that for getting internet access. We have done that through a lot of engineering. It takes a lot of effort to figure out where the access points should be placed and how they should be backhauled. We are very fortunate that we have a fiber network that spans most of these places. So the backhaul for us is very, very easy. The most difficult part for us is the power. And how do we power these units and keep them on all the time? And we have done that by tying up with shopkeepers, with stores, and offering them free internet in exchange for allowing us to put a UPS and pull a cable from their store. And that's the model we have rolled out to bring Wi-Fi throughout the cities. And it's not where we want it to be yet, but we are very confident that this network will be the network that will serve the masses who don't want to spend the money or who can't spend the money for getting a 4G or a 5G connection in the future.
Excellent.